Look, everybody, I got buns this... Wait, no, that's not my buns, but I got buns. What are we doing with buns today? We're going to show you in just a minute. It's a rare opportunity for us to cook when it's blazing cold outside. It's unbelievably cold. But we're going to cook inside because it's Christmas and we got people to feed and fun to have.
Yeah, that's why he's got the
Speaking of fun, I got a really nice hat on. Little St. Nicholas action going on just to be in the Christmas spirit. But to be honest with you, especially in the kitchen, it's too dang hot.
Careful, we got candles.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. All right. So what are we going to do today? We're going to make sweet Hawaiian bun sliders. Slide to the right. So let's get started, shall we? We get our big mixing bowl out because we like to have a big mixing bowl. Relatively simple ingredients as far as the meat goes. We've got 3 pounds of 85-15 burger that we're just going to put in the bowl. It's already been nice and defrosted as we took it out of the freezer, yesterday, day before.
Something like that.
But anyway,
someday that I'm doing.
We portion it out ahead of time, and we do it thin like this, and we smash them down inside the Ziploc bag. That way they defrost. They take up less room in the freezer. Works out great.
Still gonna taste great either way.
It's gonna be amazing. I can guarantee that. Yeah, when they opened the new Hy-Vee by us, they had 10-pound sleeves of 85-15 on sale, and I'm like, sign me up, coach. I'm ready for that. Anyway, real simple with beef. We use a little bit of salt. And we're using the Himalayan sea salt in our grinder. But you always got to have a little bit of salt. Now, I try to keep salt down to a minimum because of the old ticker not working like it should. But health reasons, but you got to have some. Of course, our crushed ground pepper. Freshly ground black pepper is the best for my liking. But if you don't have a grinder, just get the regular stuff and it'll work out just the same. All right, there's some little bit of crushed pepper.
I love those grinders. We don't have to break our wrists doing them.
Next thing you know, you got carpal tunnel.
I already have that.
Yeah, well, anyway, so we're just about out of garlic powder, but we're going to put in what we got.
Good thing it's lasted us a long time.
This has been around for quite some time.
Yeah,
there's some garlic powder. Little secret ingredient, Hidden Valley Ranch dry powder.
Don't tell nobody.
It's a secret, so just keep it here. I'm on the barbecue channel. We're just going to add some of that in too because, I see people using French onion soup mix. That works great for burgers, no question about it. We just prefer the Hidden Valley Ranch.
It's Wisconsin. Everybody puts ranch and everything.
Exactly. There we go. Now we got some ranch in there. We got a couple lumps in there we'll have to bust up, but that's okay because, humidity.
It's Saturday.
It's Saturday. Yeah. And it's Christmas Eve, so why not? So we like to do it the old-fashioned way. We just get in here and get doity. Best way to mix your burger. Well, actually, the best way to do it is make somebody else do it for you, but, hey.
I gotta hold the camera.
And there ain't nobody else here right now. Please call again later.
Scooby, you want to mix it?
Yeah. We'd never see a burger again.
He lost his sweater. I don't think you know how.
He probably wouldn't. You're right. Well, anyway, so we're getting this all mixed up. Get all those wonderful ingredients in there. Flavors all mixed in. That's the way you have it. And you could do this plain if you prefer. That's perfectly fine if you like your burgers plain. Don't add anything to them. We just prefer a little flavor enhancement, and that's all those ingredients will do. Now, we planned this out ahead of time. We took 2 packs of King's Hawaiian buns, and they fit perfectly in this pan side by side. So, the easiest thing to do at this point is take your burger and put it in. It's still really cold. And because it's super cold outside, I'm not really enjoying this on my hands, but that's okay.
No, I don't have to do it for once.
No, it's painful though. It really is.
I know.
It's all right though. You get to be arthritis age. Arthritis kind of hurts, especially when it gets below 0 like it is outside. I'm just grateful we're not outside standing out there freezing to death trying to keep the.
I don't think we'd be cooking this anyway.
No.
I can sure smell that ranch.
Oh yeah, that's great, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Now, one of the secrets that I find to this is your hands give off enough heat. Well, it'll start to actually make the fats in the burger start to render. Not surrender. Be a cheap trick out of this.
You missed a spot over there.
I'm trying. So when you do that, it actually works out to your advantage because you can push it down, get it all to kind of really be formed tightly together. Make a nice even layer. But it gets everything to come together. Because, you've had burgers at home in the past that you go to try to flip them on the grill and what happens?
Nah.
They come apart, right? So we want to make sure that does not happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit out for probably about an hour. Let it come up to room temperature a little bit. Let the rendering of the fats kind of, glue things together, if you want to say it that way. And then after we get through that time, about an hour, we're going to take it and put it back in the fridge to let the fats recoagulate so they stay together. That don't look too bad, does it?
No.
All right. So we'll let this sit here for an hour, come up through closer to room temperature, let it do its thing, put it back in the fridge for probably another 2 hours, let it recoagulate, do its thing once again. And then we're going to cook this. And we're going to put it in the oven for probably 30 minutes-ish, 350-ish degrees. We'll kind of show you that it goes along. When that's done, we'll move on to the next step. Christmas carols, not exactly. A little loud with the fan on, but don't worry about that, it'll be fine. So we've had this in the Frigimator for a little over an hour-ish. Cut up some nice white onions. Tried to cut them small, I'm terrible at it, but we're going to just throw some on just to get that flavor going, because you know about flavor, right, gang?
I love onions.
Yeah. And some people don't like onions that much. Some people like onion flavor, like me. I can tolerate onions. I'm not a big fan.
I can just...
This one eats them raw. Yeah. I think some other people I know eat them like apples, whatever. But there it is. So, and you know what else it needs? Because I forgot about this. But, excuse me, Scooby. He's hungry already. I'm going to show you a little trick that I use. Maybe you use it too, maybe not. But when you get minced garlic like this, we do that because we're lazy. But if you want to spread it out without, dumping like half the jar on and screwing everything up, what I'll do is I'll put some on a fork like this. And that way you can just either mush it down in between, or you can just gently push it off, and it'll spread that garlic out a little bit more.
I'll eat a raw spoonful of garlic too.
Why, exactly, me too. So just giving it a little extra shot there just to make it fancy. Put that in there. So there that is. We're going to put that in the oven for, again, probably 30 minutes-ish, and I'll let you know exactly how long it takes once it gets done. We're going to cook it until it's done. I mean, that's as simple as it is. So in he goes, off to bed.
Good night.
Good night. Well, we got it out. It didn't take quite as long as I thought it would. And as you can see, of course, when the fat renders out of the meat, it does shrink, which happens with the, it does happen. But the good news, I got the good news. Are you ready for this? So I was pulling my pants up. As I told you, we planned on doing 2 stacks of these King Hawaiians buns in there and making sliders out of all of it. Well, what we'll do then, because they shrank a little bit more than I thought it would. I knew it would shrink, I just didn't think it would shrink that much. So be it. What we'll do then is we'll get it all sized up, cut the rolls to fit in the pan, figure out how big the meat's going to be accordingly, and take a few buns out. Not a big problem. We're going to let this cool. We got a little time before everybody gets here, so we're going to just kind of put everything on hold. We'll show you the end results when we finish things up. All right, so we're getting this thing ready to go in the oven once again so we can add the meats and all the buns and all the goodies to it. Now, as I told you before, we did get some shrinkage. I hate it when you get shrinkage. But you can line that up and you can kind of see that somebody's buns aren't going to get any meat on them. No problem.
That's for the non-meat friends.
Right, that's for the vegetarians, right? But what we're going to do is just take one row of buns out. Not so bad. We'll put those aside and those will be to eat later.
Peanut butter sandwiches.
There you go, now you're thinking. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to take our meat slab and we're going to put that right on there. Take a look at that. That's nice. That's really good, actually.
Good thing we did it in the bigger
Lucky
one.
guess. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add everybody's favorite Wisconsin snack, cheese. And we've decided to go with a Colby Jack blend here.
Not wrong with Colby Jack cheese.
Kojak cheese.
Fun to say too.
Those of you that are around in the 70s might remember Kojak, but that's another story in its own right. So we got some slabs of cheese here, some pre-sliced cheese, if you want to say it that way. Just going to add the cheese. Just don't cut the cheese. Pardon me. Now, this will give an opportunity. We've got the setup with the extra onions that I cut earlier and all those kind of things. To give those that maybe want extra onions on there, they can add their extra onions. They want to add extra pickles, ketchup, mustard, whatever.
And the pickles.
And the pickles. Look at that. Pre-sliced, ready to go. We won't cut the cheese, we'll tear it. Nice software.
No, you only get half there. Better get the other half.
Yeah. And one for us.
Ow.
All right. Last step to this before we put the top on them. Get them ready to go in the oven. Tradition with sliders is to have pickles. So we're going to do a layer of pickles. Why not? And these are just hamburger dill pickles. If you like butter pickles, if you like sweet pickles,
I
whatever.
like pickles.
I kind of like pickles. You know, you've seen, if you go back and watch some of our other videos, we're kind of pickleaholics. Bless you.
Doing tight.
We've got a few guests that came early for Christmas Eve, and it's fantastic. We got a lot of family and friends coming tonight. Can't wait. It's going to be a great time. Nothing too rocket appliance about this, right? You just put on a layer of pickles.
That one's grabbed exactly enough.
Yeah, look at that. I almost poured out just the right amount, and then we'll put more in a bowl and put those on the counter for those that want more pickles.
Look at that goodness.
Otherwise, yeah, check that out, huh? So here comes our bun. There's the top. Now everything should be cooked already. The purpose of putting this back in the oven is literally going to be to melt the cheese on the top and just to get warmed up so it's ready to serve. We've got a little bit of time before we got to do that, but we wanted to get the preparations done. It's ready to go in the oven. We'll start the oven up in about 20 minutes. When it's hot, we're going to put it in and show you what it looks like once done. All right, so there you can see they're out of the oven. The bun's got a little crisp on the top right there like that. They're freshened up. The cheese is melty on the inside. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my knife and cut them. I'm just going to cut them up.
Thank you. We got guests here.
Yeah, we got everybody here. Family here, friends here, friends that are like family. And that's all we do is we just cut these.
We got more here, guys.
Now I'm going to have you come over and get these over here. That way I don't have to put them on there. Because this pan is hotter than blazes.
They're sliders. We made sliders.
Yeah, we made our own sliders, Mom. Burgers with onions and garlic and little Hidden Valley Ranch pickles, Colby Jack cheese, all on sweet Hawaiian buns. Mom forgets that I cook sometimes. Dog.
Scooby.
I'll explain to you as soon as the camera's off. Well, there we go. So there they are, gang. We're gonna
You
pull
gotta
one
try
out.
one, Dad.
I don't know if they're maybe too hot. Oh, they're too hot. That's all right. I do the same thing. Oh, come on. Come on out of there. There we go. There's our sliders.
He's gotten a piece of salami already.
Absolutely fantastic. You can taste the onion, taste the garlic, a little bit of cheese, pickles on top, and a nice toasted bun to go to boot. We're going to go eat and enjoy Christmas. You all enjoy your Christmas too. Happy holidays, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring a ding the bell notification, and comment below. Tell us what you think of this. Until next time, gang, remember, we just did this. You can do it too.